Hello subscribers and viewers of my channel. Today I'd like to talk with you on a very interesting topic that seems to me. The answer seems obvious to me, and after watching the video, it will become clear to you. This is a hypothesis. And I do not impose it on anyone. The thinker will understand what I mean. Earlier in a quarry called Earth, there was one land, there were no seas and oceans, except for small lakes. In these quarries the ancient civilizations of the people of giants worked. They were 2-3 times bigger than us. All of them were prisoners and they were brought here from distant lands to work in this quarry. After a long time of work, only a few returned to prisons, the rest were buried right in the quarries. Later the quarry was flooded, and water occupied a significant part of the land. Now it is the ocean. Any sea is also a big quarry. It was flooded with water from the ocean breaking through a trench. Because now there was water and living conditions got better. It was decided to create for prisoners. The prison is right here. Now these prisons are called countries and cities. Giant people found it difficult to be in this climate because of their great growth. Because of this, they did not live long and often were sick, so there were fewer and fewer of them. Finally it was decided to change the giants to smaller prisoners. And only their large houses and finds of the remains remained as a reminder to us that we are not the first here for a long time. And so we were brought here instead of the giants. The secret world government is overseers watching with all prisons. Presidents are their pawns who convey their instructions through them. Look at these little islands. Here before there was only land. What we are given under the guise of cliffs, canyons and George's quarries. Like a very ancient quarry and relatively fresh. This is a limestone quarry. The wall was formed as a result of cutting a hillside. Here is another view. And here is the village. It is at the bottom of an ancient quarry. Look how the rocks are sharpened, and the machining is clearly visible. This is a modern quarry in Utah. It is an abandoned old one. That's how they shave layer by layer throughout the earth. This is a bucket wheel excavator. Excavator removes a layer with a height of 30 to 40 meters. But the quarry is huge, and it is absolutely flat like a table. The Sea of Azov is a flooded old quarry. But as flat as a table on which rotary excavators rode. And now I will show you mountains, mountain ranges, canyon gorge. And you look at the traces of rotary machining. A semicircular rock selected by a bucket wheel excavator in Antarctica, which was only openly in 1820. But there were already traces of processing. And here is Antarctica. Here we even see traces of heavy machinery. And this is Greenland and the enormous scale of work. And look here. Semicircle treatment is clearly visible. Norway. But when was such work done here? Antarctica again. And again traces from the excavator are visible. And there were already many quarries in Antarctica. In the background you can see the scale of the work. Did you think that Mount Kailash is sacred? Shambhala and all that? Not. It's just an abandoned quarry on which prisoners worked. Grand Canyon, Arizona. It's just a giant quarry. They gutted the whole territory here. There is no trace of water erosion anywhere. Only a blast strike on the rock. For tourists it is a canyon. In reality, this is a quarry. Again a national park, created from a spent quarry in the United States. Rice terraces are also abandoned quarries. Again United States. Earlier, the area of this territory was crown top stub straight ahead. Cut a layer several hundred meters high. Here is the same thing. Gutted the whole territory. There were only unfinished pieces. And this is South Africa. Here is a modern quarry. If it continues to develop at the same pace, then soon it will be a canyon. Then tourists will be told that nature did it. And what's that? How is this done? That such cuts can be done by nature, only zombies can believe. And here, in general, a piece is cut off like a giant knife. And here too, cut a piece of rock. What nature can handle this? There are quarries on Earth the size of several countries, or the size of an entire desert. In Australia there are no fertile soils for the most part. Because almost the entire area was removed, a layer of rock 100 meters thick, 50 along with the soil and all living things. Like a giant rake passed. And this still happened on the territory of Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, and Iran. The whole desert is a waste quarry. And sand is waste from processing. They poured huge pits that remained after mining. Sand covered cities and countries that have become rebellious. Also under sand they hid something very important from our eyes. It can be factories of other civilizations, weapons, technologies about which we are forbidden to know. Can such a heap of sand naturally fall so neatly? No way. This is a bulk of sand, artificial. Look, here the ground level is sandy, and other sand was piled on it. They differ even in color. And here? Just imagine what could be under such a layer of sand. This is the edge of the Karakum Desert, an area of 350,000 square kilometers. If you pour water into this quarry, you get the Caspian Sea, or 9 Azov Seas. The area of the Sahara Desert is 9,200,000 square kilometers. And this is more than the area of the largest sea on Earth. And almost like an area of the United States. Now we turn to dump, which do not have a pronounced conical shape. Here the rule is, if loose, layered and you can dig with a shovel, then most likely the waste rock pile that our ancestors piled on. This is an ordinary dump. Or you see along the river valley played. Piles of earth piled around. Nothing grows at all. For example, a gorgeous geological park in China. Actually toxic dumps. And here are dumps in the Philippines. And this is Iceland and the same waste. Here are more colored mountains in China. There are also colored sands. For example, the island of Mauritius. Here, they allegedly accidentally discovered these sands in 1960. Well, of course, no one had seen him before. All blind. In general, our land is just a quarry for prisoners with good living conditions. Dirt and waste remain here in a quarry called Earth. And the pure product is to travel to the owners in distant lands. That's all, friends, for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Believe in yourself and good things will happen to you. Bye.